We are beginning the marathon for distributing Srila Prabhupada's books. All over the world, actually, tens and thousands of devotees will be united jointly to distribute these beautiful books. This is the Krishna Katha of Srila Prabhupada. He considered this so important. Why? Because our previous acharyas gave so much emphasis on this. But his contribution was very unique. Because our previous acharyas, mostly, they wrote these books, their books in Sanskrit, sometimes Bengali, and their audience was transformed. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted this message, and he had Nityananda Prabhu prophesize every town and village in the world this message of pure unalloyed devotion, the essence of Dharma. Thakur Bhakti Vinod, he sent the first English literature on the life and teachings of Sri Chaitanya to the West. And that happened to be the year that Srila Prabhupada appeared within this world, 1896. And he was instructed by Bhaktivinoda Thakur's most illustrious, empowered son, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, great Paramhamsa Acharya, to spread this message in English, which is a very prominent language in the world today. And his books have been translated in almost every major language, so that common people could receive this Krishna Katha. And the result, if people just open their hearts to hear it, they become transformed. And many of you who are here today have very much been transformed. Your very values and quality of life, whereas your conception of Krishna and religion was something, sometimes. No. How to please Krishna, how to surrender to Krishna, how to be an instrument of Krishna's compassion, that's the success and goal in life. It's very rare that we clearly have that understanding without the association of the great souls in Parampara. And Srila Prabhupada's books is very much foundational to the message of all the different devotees who have been teaching us transformation. Recently, in New York City, Shrutikirti Prabhu, who was Prabhupada's personal servant for several years, he was giving a class. And he explained how sometimes he would come in Prabhupada's room and Prabhupada would be reading Bhagavad Gita as it is. And Prabhupada would say, I did not write this. Krishna wrote it. This was not, from Prabhupada's perspective, he was the instrument, he was the medium. He took Krishna's words and the explanations of the greatest, most enlightened acharyas of the past and brought them all together with his own love, realization, and great compassion to present it to the whole world. And he gave so much of his life, so much of his energy. And when he would read the books, he would just hear Krishna speaking. He said to Shrutikirti Prabhu, if you just read this one book, Bhagavad Gita, your life will be perfect. Then a couple months later, Shrutikirti Prabhu came in his room and he was reading Bhagavad Gita. He said, if you just read one chapter of this book, your life will be perfect. And a couple months later, he came in the room, Prabhupada was reading Bhagavad Gita. He said, if you just read one sloka, one verse of this book, your life will be perfect. A few months later, he came in the room. He said, if you just understand one word of this book, your life will be perfect. Because it's Krishna's words. But what does it mean to understand? Jnana vijnana triptatma. Understanding comes tadvidi pranipatina pariprashnena sevaya. Understanding means realization. It's not just an intellectual clarity. To understand means transformation, realization. Adoshutatata sadhu sangota bhajanakri. At the beginning, there's a little faith. And when Krishna sees that faith, he reciprocates. Krishna takes every little thing so seriously. Even a spark of faith, Krishna will see it as something wonderful, beautiful, and give us an opportunity to make it grow. So by Krishna's grace, we're given the association of devotees. And in that association, we hear. And if we hear with a desire, with a submissive heart, with an eagerness to know, with a sense of urgency, the need to know, and a desire to actually follow what is there, that is seva. Seva means to put into life what we hear. Not only the actions, but the content of the consciousness in which we perform our actions. If we can understand even one verse in that spirit, we will know Krishna. Krishna will reveal himself to us. So distributing Srila Prabhupada's books is to give people that same benediction that transformed Rukmini's heart. To hear about Krishna, to hear about his qualities, to hear his own words, his own teachings. And just the act of humbly trying, enthusiastically trying to be an instrument of this mercy, this grace, is such a great service, and will receive such blessings. So I wholeheartedly encourage all of you to not only reach millions of people's hearts through this service, but also it will create a beautiful unity in our own family, and also give great inspiration to people and devotees all over the world.
Hare Krishna.
My humble request as a united family, let us give great pleasure and show our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada and our previous acharyas by serving together with great enthusiasm during this month of December for distributing our books. Thank you very much.